Okay, so I've been thinking a lot recently about when I make changes to myself. Like, one example is hair, another example is like this fitness tracker, knockoff Fitbit that I've been using. And a part of me really wants to do them, like it feels authentic to me, and like part of me obviously wants to keep exploring changes to myself, whether that's like appearance wise or like I don't know, I guess this is appearance because I'm wearing it, but like this also means something about, like it signals something about like what my priorities are, what kind of person I am. And I think that the fact that these changes signal something about me, makes it difficult for me to get all of my internal parts on board with making the changes, because I think the main resistance is coming from maybe like one specific part, and I kind of want to get to know that part a little bit better. And I think of her as like the part that wants to stay stuck. And I think, like I tweeted the other day about how sometimes I'm afraid I will never move forward because everything's overwhelming. And so this part of me, there's a part of me that wants to stay stuck. So I'm afraid that I'll never, you know, keep moving forward because part of me wants to stay stuck. And my Twitter friend Loopy asked a clarifying question about that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but when I talked about this stuck part, like wanting to stay stuck, and part of me, like I am moving forward, but this part of me wants to stay stuck. And Loopy said, like, I imagine you having the stuck part of you in the passenger seat and just like taking her along the ride. I forget exactly what he said. Sorry, Loopy, if I butchered that, but that was basically the gist. And something about that image was really evocative for me. Like I just saw my current present self in the driver's seat, and I can just see her like with like a big blanket wrapped around her, just like cuddled in the driver's or passenger seat. And something about that feels right. Like that feels like the right balance of like, okay, we are moving forward, but that doesn't mean you get left behind. You can come along for the ride and still be right where you are. Like you don't have to change, you don't have to be anything other than what you are. You can still mope and pout and just be as down as you feel. And we're gonna, you know, just bring you along for the ride. But most times I don't know how to do that. I get really, there's another part that comes in and it's like really forceful about it, and really judgmental, and really like, come on, we should just get over it, just stop being dramatic. But so back to like all of the changes that I was talking about. So I realized the other day that part of me, part of the resistance that I feel to these changes is, part of me feels like that me that's in the passenger seat is the real me, is the true me. And if I make too many changes to myself, like that others can see, that are signaling things to other people, then that means they're not going to see the true me, which is like, you know, someone who can't do anything, someone who like is in pain all the time, someone who like physical pain and emotional pain. And something about that feels like that's the true me, and anything else that I'm doing is just like, I don't know, like I feel some kind of imposter syndrome with that. And I don't know, I guess, you know, that makes me feel really makes me feel compassion for that part of myself, because it's like just really truly wanting to be seen and comforted by other people. So obviously there's a part of me that's really hurting and wants to be seen for being hurting. Like, I think, you know, when I asked earlier on Twitter, like, what people think the problem is, what do they think would solve everything in my life, there were some people that are like, what are your problems? It doesn't seem like you have any problems. It seems like you're doing fine. And like, on the one hand, yes, like I do think I'm doing fine. And I guess it is a choice to see it as having problems, but I don't know what that was. I just heard something. There's also something distressing about when people say those things. Like, what do you mean you're doing fine? You're doing great. Because that part of me is like, you're not seeing me. I'm not doing okay. And I need someone to see that. I need someone to, I mean, what that part really wants is for someone else to take the reins and like just take care of me. Like, I don't want to be in charge anymore. But like, logically, right? Like, at least in with an IFS lens, it's like, well, that part doesn't have to be the one to take care of everything. Like, find the part of you that is like old enough and responsible enough to take care of things. But I don't know how to do that. In practice, I don't know how to do that. And I don't know how to get to know that part. I don't know. Well, that's the other thing is, like, okay, so I have this part that wants to be taken care of and is hurting and wants to be seen for being hurting. And then another part is like, how can I get you to trust that I'll take care of you? And this part's like, motherfucker, I'm never gonna trust you. Because you can't take care of us. You can't run this ship. Like, every day, you know, it's a struggle to eat. It's a struggle to sleep. It's a struggle to do everything. So how could I trust that you're gonna take care of things? And, you know, you've got a good point. You make a good point there. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just at a, I guess I should declare a self-trust bankruptcy. as Visa would say. But that's where I'm at. Maybe I should finally buy his book, Introspect. But yeah, anyway, so that's where I'm at. A part of me like, I don't know, is that true? Is that my true self? I would think that's just a part of me, but it feels like I can't explore all the different facets of what my true self would be because that part is so, like, has so much control over things. And I don't know how to get to know her enough to, which it also feels like she's like, you just want to get to know me so that you can get rid of me. And you know, the part of me, that's true according to a part of me. So it's like, how do I get to the capital S self inside? Like, damn, bitch, get the reins. We're struggling in here. I don't know. Maybe that's all I got for today. Yeah, I don't know, it's struggling to know when to end. Also, I don't know why my ears are red. I'm sure it has nothing to do with my raging migraine right now. Anyway, yeah, I feel like I'm stalling maybe because I want to have some kind of closing thoughts, but I don't really remember what I talked about. I feel like I just tried to summarize, but now I already forget what I said. So I'll just end it there. Thanks for watching if you did.